I would have ended my life long ago if it wasn't for Twitch and YouTube. I'm happy that there could be a reason for that, like the state. But we have to have a deeper reason for that. Because you're important to somebody and to something. And your life is much more than whatever you think that it is. You're called to be much more. Have you noticed, Hunter, that there's this really, wow, we're going to a certain segment in the show, and I always give into this segment. I've learned to not resist this segment because, like I said, this is more than just me being a content creator and me just streaming. There is much more to your life than just whatever, right? Like you have to, Hunter, here's a question I would ask you. I'm hearing the passion that you have for like Elden Ring and the Souls games. And I ask you, what is it about the Souls games, like where you've gone so far that you become a pro at it, right? When we deep dive into games and we go really far into games, and I found this out about myself, and the further I kept going into a game, the more I realized this about myself. When we're deep diving into these games and we're going really hard at these games, we have to ask ourselves, why? Why? When we're in these games, it's because they create a reality that we are living in the game. And then when we come back to the real reality, we might not like where we are. So in like games like these, you start off with nothing. And then when you progress, you become Elden Lord. And you become so powerful that like this open world basically feel like it belongs to you. But then when we're in our reality, it doesn't feel like that. I used to do that with Fallout 4. I'm saying this because having your hand-eye coordination the way that you think is a gift. It's a gift from God. The fact that you can see deeply into code, the game's code, and you can see exactly when an attack is coming. You have the patience and the calmness to be able to see the movements, the patterns. You know when it's coming, right? That's a gift. It's a gift that most people don't have. And so that gift is one part of you. That's one part of you. You fed a lot into this one gift, and there's other parts of you that you have to feed as well too. And sometimes that causes for us to feel like the quote unquote word depression. It's because we put a lot into one, and then we don't put a lot into other things. Like what I've learned is taking care of myself mentally, spiritually, and physically. You can't just do more than one than the other. You have to do all of them. So you have to take care of yourself in all aspects, not just one, not just two, all three, mentally, physically, and spiritually. If you take care of two, let's say you do the mental and the physical part, but you're spiritually deficient, that can cause a lot of problems. Everybody's always searching for something that's higher than them, because we all innately feel and believe that there is something greater than us here, because we all believe in creation. Nothing would exist without creation. This stream would not exist without somebody creating this platform. This PC would not exist for me to stream to this platform without somebody creating it. This controller would not exist for me to game without somebody creating it. So to think about how this universe is created, it's created very specifically. Do you know that if somebody went in and dialed gravity by 0.1, it would destroy everything? Do you know that if air, water was knocked off just a little bit, everything is made perfect, perfectly made? The way that gravity works, the way that the air works, the way that the water works, the way that our universe works, everything is made. If too much of one even happens in the slightest, it would destroy all of this. All of it would be gone. That's how crazy this is. So for a lot of us to believe that we're too smart to believe that there's no creator for this. There's no creator that perfectly put those planets the way that they're put. We have never seen in existence a mistake create the life that we have now. You're telling me it only happened one time? It's happened one time and it has never happened again. That sounds too far-fetched to me, because everything else requires creation, right? Everything else. So think about it. Everything else requires creation. So why would the universe itself not require a creator? Something that is outside of space and time. It just wouldn't logically make sense, because everything in here, in space and time, requires creation. So how could what's being created not require creation as well too? Our mindsets to create comes from something. Our mindset to build comes from something. Because if I ask this question all the time to you guys, if I gave you $1 million and I told you next year, same time right now, you would die, would you take the money? No. So clearly money is not what you want. Time is what's more important. Why? Because time allows for us to create. Create could be moments. Create could be memories. Create could be kids. Create could be a house, a job, or whatever case may be. Losing time. So something is outside of space and time that created the inside of space and time that we live in. It just the Big Bang, just doesn't make sense. So that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying to y'all is, here, like, you're here for a reason. Your job is to find out why you're here. Why are you here? Why do you have the talents and gifts that you have? Why do you have them? All of us have something that is very special about us. Why do you have these gifts? Why do we have these gifts? Why do we have these talents? How are we supposed to be using them? How do we use them to love other people, to help other people, to bless other people? Because life is not just about us. When we think only about us, it makes life boring. It makes it boring, makes it lonely. But when we share our life, go lay down. We're not going nowhere. Go lay down. When we share our life with other people, that's what makes life worth living. It's when we share it with other people. And the Bible says God saw Adam, and he saw that Adam was alone by himself. And then Yahweh said, it's not good for man to be alone. The only way that he would know that is if he was alone by himself at some point, to understand how being alone is not a good thing. It's not a good thing to be alone, to be by yourself. And I'm just saying, I'm just being honest with you. So even when we spend time in a game, you're sitting there playing a single player game, all these hours and all of these hours, it's still not good for you to be by yourself. You're meant to go out and live your life and create memories with people, create things with people, because that's where we get the biggest fulfillment and joy. Money will not give you that. It won't. It's just the sad reality of it. We watch people all over the earth have millions of dollars and still say that they're suicidal, that the money didn't bring no freedom to their mind. All it did was allow for them to purchase everything, and then when they finally got all these things, they meant absolutely nothing to them. It's just like the same thrill. You ever order something off of Amazon, and when you order the package, the thought of the package getting to your house is actually more exciting than when the package gets there. You see what I'm saying? Like when the package actually gets there, it's like the thrill is kind of gone. Like you opened it, now it becomes a part of your regular life, and now you're like, all right, well, but then when you order the next package, that excitement comes back. It's the journey of it coming to you. But once it finally gets to you, it kind of fades off. And y'all know exactly that feeling that I'm talking about. Happens all the time. That's why some people they can't help themselves. They got to keep ordering stuff to get that same hit over and over again. But then when they finally get it, it's like it's gone. You got the thing now, and you're using it, and it becomes a part of your regular everyday life. So that feeling that you had when you were excited, that you were thinking about using it every day, thinking about it dies off. Our life is not our joy, our happiness. It's not in items. It's not in things. It's really not. It's not in things. I'm trying to tell you, it's in what we do with our time, how we help people, how we love people, how we create different memories and moments in life with people. That's what really stands out of all things. That's why when people say have kids, stuff like that, because it's always moments being created, memories being created, things that are being created. You're supposed to be creative as a person. You're supposed to create stuff, not just exist. You're supposed to do things. And I mean that like truthfully. I mean that truthfully. Big bro, have you felt a spiritual shift recently, or is it just me? Yes, I have. I look forward to his stream, so I hope that helps you too. Batticus said, if you are feeling suicidal, please reach out to those that are close to you. I just lost someone in my family to suicide, and it hurts. It's not like that I've lost my family it's not like that. I lost my family when I was young. Got used for my kindness and money by others. Also used to get physically bullied. Has a lot of things happen to me, like cardiac arrhythmias. I hope I said that right. Basically, it makes your heart beat over 400 beats per minute. Whoa, that's fast. Hey. No, go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. I don't know what they're bucking at. I want to say, so I want to answer this. Your life sounds like it has been a challenging one, a tough one that many can't say that they've had to live or deal with. A lot of things that you have had to endure, and I know it feels like you've had to endure a lot. Make it feel like, why me? Why me? Why me? Why me? Why am I going through this? Why am I experiencing these things? Why is it that I'm the only person that like there's a lot of stuff that people not gonna be able to tell. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of stuff that people will never be able to tell you, right? Like you're going through some things that nobody else will be able to tell you. But I don't think it's the fact that you died twice. I think it's the fact that you're still here. I don't think it's the fact that you've died twice. Elena, what's good? I think it's the fact that you're still here. I think it's the fact that the fact that you have died twice, you're still here. The fact that you have been through all of these things in your life. Most people nowadays, I have to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. They're not bold enough to tell their story like this. They're not bold enough to get on a platform and actually tell their story. Because you have no clue that the fact that somebody in here is listening to your story going, wow, I thought my situation was really bad, but now I realize how blessed I am. But I'm looking at your story, I'm thinking how blessed you actually are. I'm listening, like when I read this, I'm not reading this as somebody that's a victim. I'm reading this as somebody is like, no, God has something planned for you. Because you have a testimony that most people can never have. You've died twice and you're still here. You have a heartbeat over 400 beats per minute and you're still here. No. You have a testimony that nobody else has. You have a testimony nobody else has. You have a story nobody else has. I don't look at you like God just, like God can't be real because he ain't never did nothing for me. I look at you like, no. I feel like Satan is trying to put you through a lot of things because there's something special about you that Satan doesn't want you to find God for a reason. But you're still here because God is keeping you here. I feel like Satan is trying to stop you for a reason. Satan is trying to put you through a lot of things, a lot of stuff so that you don't find him. Like, I'm being so serious. When I look at that story, like for instance, my grandmother has half a heart. My grandmother has half a heart. She has half a heart. half her heart is dead. She's 83 years old. My grandmother is still working 16-hour shifts at her business. She owns a business and she's still working 10 to 16-hour shifts at her business. My grandmother got into an accident earlier this year. And everybody kept saying that she should be dead. That's all they kept telling her. You should be dead. The car was totaled. It was totaled. My grandmother walked out of that accident. They hit her head on, like they hit her, pow. She was fine. They said, why didn't the airbags deploy? Now, mind you, airbags are supposed to save lives. If the airbag would have hit my grandmother, remember, airbags come off, like my grandmother, she's really tiny. She's like 5'3", 5'2" or something like that. She's really small. So my grandmother sits like this close to like the way I'm sitting. This how close my grandmother is to the steering wheel. She's this close. She's this close to the steering wheel. If the airbag would have hit her, remember the car crash didn't affect her, but the airbag would have killed her. Because when an airbag deploys, I think it deploys at like 1,000 miles per hour or something like that. It deploys extremely fast. And if the airbag would have went off, it would have killed her because she's so close to it. The impact in her frail body, the impact would have hit her hard and pushed her against her seat. And remember, and it would have crushed her. It would have either crushed her or would have suffocated her. And the airbags didn't deploy. Now, some people would say, like, well, why wasn't God there? And I look at it and I'm like, no, you must not be seeing it. See, Satan works. Satan is always trying to do things. It's not always God. Satan is always trying to do stuff. He's always trying to end lives. He's always trying to try people. He's always trying to test you. He's always trying to put you in a depressive mind. He's always trying to make you angry. He's always trying to make you doubtful. He's always trying to make you procrastinate. He's always trying to make you a hypocrite. He does a lot of these things. He's had a lot of time to study humanity. He's had a lot of time to figure out how we work. That's why it doesn't seem too far-fetched that all these people in today's time are always saying the same thing, depression, like it's a tool. Like it feels like a tool that's being used. Everybody keeps saying it, the same thing. I feel depressed all the time. I feel depressed all the time. I feel depressed. I'm trying to understand, where is this? It feels like there's a tool being used against us as people. And it is. See, I saying that story because my grandmother would tell you, she said, my grandmother's had a hard life. She's been through a lot. She's had a challenging life. She's been through a lot of things, a lot of stuff. But my grandmother would tell you how good God has been in her life, because a lot of things she did make decisions and they were bad, or they weren't decisions that she shouldn't have made. But she knows that God has been watching over her through all of it. Why I'm saying that your story is a blessing, because when I read your story, I don't see a victim. I see a person who has conquered many things and still fighting. I see a person who has conquered. You said your family, like lost your family, and you have been through bullying and dealing with this, and yet you are still here fighting. I don't see a victim. I see somebody that has conquered a lot of things and still able to come in here and help me with my show. And to still give me a helping hand. You could just play pity the entire time if you want to, and just feel bad for yourself and play the pity game and just watch me play bad in this game. But yet you still find it to be like, you know what? I want to bless him and help him. You have to see that. You got to see. I'm telling you, sometimes the one thing is a perspective switch. That's the one thing that I've learned about God. That's the one thing I learned about Christ. It's a perspective switch. See, what I learned, Jesus Christ does not take you out of your situation. Sometimes your situation is what you have to go through so that you can get where you're trying to go. I can't just, there's a boss fight in this game. The game is saying you have to beat this boss fight if you want to level up. If you want to get the best weapon in the game, you have to fight this person. We get that concept. If you want those runes, you have to beat this person. Once you beat them, you get enough runes that helps you in the rest to travel through the game. We get that concept. God is even more complex than this. See, we look at the video games and see the XP in here. We see the challenges, and like Trey, y'all be saying, Jamel, when you finally play this game, you're gonna appreciate it because you're gonna see all them hard fights you done been through. You're gonna appreciate it. Why can't you see that God works the exact same way? Because there's many people right now, Hunter, that have not been through anything, and they can't even appreciate the life that they're in right now. Can't appreciate it. They ain't been through nothing, really. Ain't been through nothing. Had it pretty good. Complaining every day and had it pretty good. But everybody has their time, but yet you're still here. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes it just be a perspective switch. We all promise to go through something. All of us. All of us are promised to go through something. All of us. It's not what we go through, it's how we go through it. It's not what we go through. All of us gonna go through something. I never thought that I would lose my mom that early. I knew my mom was sick my whole life, but I thought at least I would have like at least 40 years with her. I only had 25. Same thing with my grandfather. Lost my grandfather 1 month, 2 months down the line, lost my mom right afterwards. Mind you, my family's already small. So it's me, my brothers, me, Jay, Moni, Devin, my dad, my grandmother. That's it. That's my immediate family. Like, that's my immediate family. That's it. 6 people. So losing my mom was a big deal. It's a big deal. Like, I don't have this like massive family. Like I'm saying, my blood, I don't have this massive family. So like these are the people that I got. This is all I got. But I've learned, especially through the death of my mother, and she died, we died. Our relationship was not on good terms when she died. It was not on good terms. But I've learned, just being honest, I've learned so much that it's not what we go through, it is how we go through it. You are not a victim, Hunter. You are not a victim. You are more of a conqueror than what you think. I know people that can't rub $200 bills together without complaining, and got everything, and complain, and don't help nobody. Selfish. Only about themselves. But the fact that you decided to even come in here and help me, just to help me. You say you've been here for 3 shows. That means you've seen quite a bit now. I'm trying to tell you, you can't be here. I'm going to say this. You will not be here long. You cannot be here long without feeling a shift and a change spiritually. That's just how this show has always been. You're not going to be able to be here long without feeling a shift and a change. God does not put people in my show for no reason. Never. I have yet to meet a person that's been in here for years and still the same person that they were before. A lot of people in this chat have changed from what they used to be. My job is just to plant a seed. It's not to control you. It's not to force you to change. It's not to get you to believe in anything. I just plant seeds. All I'm doing is planting a seed. You are not a victim. You are a conqueror in so many more ways than what you know. If you see how tough it is to play Souls games, and you see how tough your life is, and see how far you've made it, and anybody else would quit, just like most people quit Souls games. But you ain't quit because there's something on the other end for you. There's something on the other end of what you've been dealing with, of the fight that you've been fighting. There is a reward for you. You just gotta change. When you have that perspective change, that's when God is like, that's exactly what I've been trying to get you to see. I've never left you. Satan has been trying to attack you your whole life, but I've never left you. Because there's a people that you can reach out to, that you can affect, that nobody else can affect. There's a story that you're gonna tell people that nobody else can tell that story. Only you can tell that story. I can't even tell that story. I've never been through that, bro. Never. But you have a story, a testimony that's gonna change other people's lives when they're walking around making these excuses, especially all of these Gen Z babies that complain about everything and been through nothing. Your story is not for you to sit on. Your story is for you to tell. And I appreciate you for telling it to me, because that just gave me a new spark. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm being so serious. I want to help as many people get rid of this word depression, because depression normally comes with a certain perspective of how you're looking at your life, how you're looking at your circumstances and situation. It is not the amount of money you make that's going to make you happy. We've seen it too many times, people being rich and still committing suicide. It's not the money. It's not the money. It's something bigger than that. There must be something bigger that gives us fulfillment. No matter, I've seen homeless people be more fulfilled than people with money. I've seen it. I've seen homeless people preach the gospel, and they're homeless, and they're preaching somebody who was driving an expensive car, the gospel, and the joy of life, and how they found more joy in life, not having a house and all of this, and just living. They found more joy there than somebody who had the car, the house, the everything. I'm trying to tell you, it's not it's not the things, the items. That's not what brings joy and happiness. It's not. We can't make that mistake. We really can't. We can't keep making that mistake. That's all. That's all. Cruz said your mistakes was listening to chat, telling you to go ahead and fight the boss without grinding or leveling up. I mean, because my chat is haters. That's why. They're haters. Kyra said, I was bullied in school when I was younger. I had depressive episodes because of my mom not being in my life, rejection, etc., etc. But as I got older, I knew I was meant for something greater in life now, greater in life. Now I have a son that I get to raise and be a dad. That alone is a blessing in itself. But I've got to help so many people. I got to help so many because of my story. We are all meant for something great, but we have to first see that we're meant for it. Yes. You have to see it. Hunter said, I know I had a hard time, but others may have it harder than me. And that thought tears me apart more than my own depression. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Elena said, how's your stream going? It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. Actually, having a great show today. You have to move at a good frequency, like a good sound flow that you actually want. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. People go through what they go through. You can't stop that. You can't stop that. Because you have no clue why they're going through it. I'll say this. If you were like, I always try to use analogies you guys can understand. If Peter Parker doesn't lose Uncle Ben, does he become the Spider-Man that he's supposed to be? No. No. It's our situation. It's what we go through that forms us into who we are supposed to be. I honestly wouldn't be the person I am right now if my mother was still here. I'm going to be just transparent with you. I was a very different person when my mother was still here. Not a bad person. I just wouldn't be who I am now. I wouldn't love the way I love people. I wouldn't see things the way I see things. It was when my mom passed that I actually felt the closest to her that I've ever felt. Because now I finally understood why she loved people the way she loved people. My mother was the one that loved people. My mother was the one that brought people into our house. Even when we had this little bitty, duplex, and we had 2 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, 1 bathroom. We had 5 people living in one house. 5 people, sometimes 6. Sometimes it'd be 7. 7 people living in one little bitty house. But my mom loved people so much, and she would give her last to people, knowing that we needed that money, but she knew God would give it back to her. My mom loved people. She loved people. She would do anything for people. And it wasn't until she passed that I finally understood who she really was. It's not the fact that people are going to go through things. It's what people go through to help them become who they're supposed to be. You can't become who you're supposed to be until you go through things. You can't get strong until you go to the gym and go through the soreness. You will never be buff and strong until you go through the pain. It's not how it works. So it's the same thing with us in life. You will never reach where you're trying to reach until you go through the pain. And that's one thing I had to learn. I couldn't understand it at first. Shout out to Sad Boy for the Twitch, the fresh Twitch Prime. Sad Boy, thank you. Appreciate you. God bless. Welcome back to the house, man. Welcome to the house. Sorry. Welcome to the house. You followed today and sub today. Thank you. I appreciate it, Sad Boy. Shout out to Sam Prime Rose on YouTube. Welcome. It's not how you fall. It's how you get up. Yes. And it's how you learn how you fail. How did I fall in the first place? So we don't ever repeat that again. You've just made me reflect on some events in my life. So you know I had to. I'm happy that I can be a blessing to any of you guys in here. That's the only thing I want to do is be a blessing to any of you guys in here. When I feel the spirit is moving and I feel like somebody is either dealing with some things or worried about some things or anything like that, I always stop the show to care, because you need to understand that you're not the only person that cares about you. There are other people that care about you. If you come into my show, I care. Because you're not just a name to me. You're a person. When I see your names in here, you're people. You're people. You're real people. So my job is to create a community, a place where real people can be themselves and can express themselves and realize that you're not by yourself. There's a lot of other people in here that are real people, not like those other, no shade at them. When you go to other streams and you comment and your comment just gets erased in all of these comments and there's no conversations happening. It's just brainless comments.